Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
So, let me introduce myself. Good evening. Let me introduce myself. So, you might be aware, my name is Sulabh. I am the cybersecurity expert. I have almost 9 years of experience in delivering cybersecurity trainings, and it's been since 2016 I am delivering these trainings. Uh, uh, I worked for around 14 years. I have 14 years of experience in cybersecurity. So till 2019, I worked for the companies. Along with that, 16 onwards, I used to deliver the trainings as well. Across the globe, you talk about, I have trained and mentored almost 50,000 plus people. In India, especially if you see almost every company, in every project, you will see the people who have been trained by me. Because when I started training people, almost 2016, there would not be, there was not much, institution were there in the market. Since then, I started delivering these trainings. So almost it's been 9 years now since I am delivering these trainings. I have been, if you talk about certification, I'm certified, a lot of certification, Splunk, I'm Splunk Architect certified, Splunk Architect, I'm certified, Microsoft SC200, I'm certified ArcSite administrator, and a lot of certification I have it myself. So here, this masterclass, especially we have designed with an agenda. So I'll show you what are the agenda of this whole session. But for this 2 hours of session, there is a rule. We have not muted by default to anyone. I mean, when you enter to the meeting, you have been muted, right? But you have option to unmute your mic. Why we have given this option? So that you can unmute and ask the question if you have in between. But make sure that you are not asking the question during the flow of my training. When I take a pause, then you can ask the question. And second thing is, you have to ensure that once you're done with your question, you should mute your mic back. Okay, so let me share you what is the agenda of today's this 2 hours of masterclass. I'll be sharing your screen, and at the end of the session, I mean during the session, if you have any question on any module, you can ask. Of course, you have option to unmute your mic and ask the question. And at the same time, if you have any career related question, how to switch your job, right? I mean, as per your current job, if you want to transform your job, if you would like to have any question, ask any question with regard to career, I'll give the enough time at the end of the session. Then you can raise your hand, you can ask the question. So I'm sharing my screen right now so that I can showcase the agenda of this training. I hope you guys are able to see my screen.
Yes, sir.
So whole agenda of this training is, first is what is cybersecurity. If people especially who are new in this field, right? So it will be helpful for you to understand what is cybersecurity, what is career in cybersecurity, cybersecurity domains, what are the various domains we have in cybersecurity. And one of the domain that is having most demand in the market, which we call as SOC. So we are going to talk about what is SOC and how it works, what are the various tools we use in next generation SOC. That we are going to talk about, as well as I have not mentioned here, we will also talk about what are the different teams we have, different teams we have in cybersecurity, like what is red team, red team, blue team, and purple team. That means defensive and offensive security. That we are going to talk about. We talk about how you can transition or start your career into cybersecurity. What is the analyst salary trend, SOC analyst, career growth path, and much more about it. We have created some slides about the cybersecurity trainings that we are offering here. And after that, we'll take your questions. Okay. As well as we have the real-time overview also in the tools that we use in cybersecurity. What are the various tools that we use, right? especially on the defensive security, that we are going to have overview. Being a SOC analyst, how you are going to monitor these tools, how you do the real-time incident monitoring, that will see on the lab environment. Okay. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
You can respond and then you can keep your mic back in muted.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So our training is also in the hybrid model. Usually I use only board when I deliver the training myself. I usually, any question you have?
Sir, anything related to cybersecurity analyst, sir?
What?
Cybersecurity analyst.
We'll take your question. Let me explain it, then I will take your question at the end. So, what I was talking about is cybersecurity, right? So, what is cybersecurity? So, cybersecurity, understand, right? Cyber is related to internet. Cyber word is related to internet. Cybersecurity means kind of internet security. When you talk about it, is cybersecurity means internet security, because when your computer or digital asset is connected to the internet, right? Internet means public network, right? Public network is not anybody's private network, right? It's public network. So in public network, you have good people also and bad people also, right? To any digital assets, your computer, your server, your network device, any of the devices are connected to the public network, there's a possibility, right, that maybe cyber attackers can come in, hackers can come inside, steal your data, can manipulate your data. Yes or no? That means can compromise your machine. So cyber security means internet security. So how we can secure your asset? So cyber security is kind of practice. Cyber security is nothing but practice of ensuring the digital network, digital assets and data from the unauthorized usage. That means only authorized user should be having access to. That we call as cyber security, right? So cyber security, we follow CIA triage. Anybody knows what is CIA triage? In this cyber security, we follow CIA triage.
Yes, sir.
Security pillars. Accountability,
Confidentiality, integrity, and availability.
So confidentiality,
Integrity and availability.
integrity and
Availability.
availability. So being a cyber security analyst or being a part of cyber security team, you have to ensure the CIA. Cyber security, you understood, right? Ensuring cyber security is nothing but the practice of ensuring the security of your data, digital network, as well as digital devices, digital assets, right? So that only authorized people should be able to access it. Unauthorized people should not be able to access, right? Because unauthorized people means through internet, anybody can come inside, anybody can access the resources, right? So only authorized people should have access. That we call as cyber security, means internet security. So to ensure cyber security, we have to follow CIA triage. CIA means, C means confidentiality. C means what? And A means CIA. C means confidentiality, I means integrity, and A means what?
Availability.
Availability. Confidentiality means the data should remain confidential. That means the data should not be accessed by unauthorized people. In the company or anywhere, we classify the data. That we call a data classification. Okay, this kind of data should be accessed by this kind of people, this kind of team, right? This kind of data should be accessed by this kind of people, right? So this comes under the confidentiality. Some data should remain confidential. For example, your debit card, credit card information should remain confidential, right? Let's say in the companies also, banking company where they have various teams. So not everybody should have access to your credit card, debit card information. Only the team or people who are working on these particular detail should have access to, as well as, of course, outside people should not have access, right? So in confidentiality, what cybersecurity team ensure? Cybersecurity team ensure that the data should remain confidential. The data should not be exposed and should only be accessed by authorized people. Got it? That we call as confidentiality. Integrity. Integrity means data should be stored, the data should remain intact, means data should be stored on the same format, same form should remain on the same form on which form it has been stored initially. Means data should not be manipulated. Data should remain intact. There should not be any modification, manipulation on the data, right? That equal as, because if data will get manipulated, will get modified, the complete meaning will get changed. Maybe system has been compromised and somebody, your attack has been done by your competitor. They have changed your program. Some program, some software was being developed and they have changed it. So complete meaning of the program, complete meaning of the document will get changed, right? So what security will ensure that? The data's integrity means data should remain intact and should be stored on the same form. Clear this point to everybody? Third is availability. Availability means our digital asset, digital resources should be available all the time to the authorized people. Let's suppose you have a server, right? You have a server in the company on which some critical application is hosted. In critical application is hosted, right? Maybe attacker may launch some DDoS attack to make the your application unavailable, right? So in this case, if application is not available, your business will get impacted, right? Your users, your customer will not be able to access the application, right? So what cybersecurity team will do? Cybersecurity team will ensure that this application, this data should be available all the time for the legitimate users. Correct? So this is what we call as cybersecurity, and this is what we call a CIA triage, which have been followed by cybersecurity teams. So let me share you.
Sir, do we get any certificate by this webinar?
No, this is live training. There is no certificate for that.
Hello, sir. Can we have recording?
Recording is
recording
going
the
on. Recording is going on. You can watch it on YouTube. Later period will be uploaded on YouTube. So you can watch it on YouTube channel. Okay. So you can see cybersecurity is the practice of protecting systems, network, and data from digital attack. Ensure confidentiality, integrity, and availability of the information. Critical for businesses, government, and individuals. You understand, right? Cybersecurity is very critical for everybody, either it's government, businesses, or individual. You understand, if any company compromises, it does not only impact, or the company does not only bear the financial losses, but the reputation loss as well, isn't it? Let's suppose any company compromise, some data theft happened, right? So company is working with the various client, and you understand, if any company works with various client, the company will have access to the client information as well. So the company is being compromised, the client also will lose their confidence, right, in the company, that okay, if they cannot secure their own data, how they will secure our data? Yes or no? So it does not only give the financial loss, but the reputation loss also. Maybe if your company compromised, you may not get the project further. This is what happened with Yahoo. You understand, in 2014, the biggest attack happened in Yahoo. Billions of users' data got compromised, the information got compromised. 2016 also, similar attack happened. And you can see now, where is the Yahoo? Not anymore. Same thing happened. There are a lot of example. One of the company called as Sony Picture. where a lot of movies, Hollywood movies, data got compromised before even releasing the movie, right? It has been compromised by the attackers. What they have done? They have released the movies over the internet for free. Terabyte data they have exported, and $1 billion losses happen for the company. So now not only loss, but you understand, Sony Picture was not even getting the project from the different clients. Then they plan to set up their own SOC team, their own security teams. So you understand the criticality of businesses, criticality of cybersecurity for the businesses as well as similar for governments. You understand? Government handle the public
Hello,
information, public
sir.
data. Yes.
Sir, how hackers are hacking
I have
private
told you, do
network?
not interrupt in between. I will take your question. Okay. When in the flow, do not ask the question. Let me finish up. Then you can ask the question. So you understand, same thing happen. What I was talking about the Sony Picture, right? And similarly for governments also, governments is carrying the public information and how critical is the public information. Any other country can misuse it. Individuals, any banking fraud happens with you, right? Your photos, your videos can be misused, and they may ask money from you. So this cybersecurity is very critical for everybody, either it's business, government, or an individual. Yes. Yes. So why cybersecurity matters? You understand, rise in cyber attack and data breaches. You understand, digitalization is happening very fast, right? Digitalization is happening very fast. Everything is digital nowadays. Either you have to wash your clothes, or you have to order your food. Just install the application and what? Order it. Are you guys able to see me? See my video?
Yes, sir.
Are you able to see my complete video?
Yes, sir.
So what I'm saying is rise in cyber attacks, right? You understand, digitalization is happening very fast. Everything is digital nowadays. You can see, either you have to wash your clothes, you have to order your food. Just install the app or log in the website and order it. Within few minutes, you can get the order delivered. So what happening? These companies are asking to create your account, to enter your name, phone number, your address, your credit card details. That means these companies are collecting your credit card, debit card information, means PCI information, as well as PII, personal identification information, your personal information. Of course, if digitalization is happening very fast and these companies are collecting these information from you, they have to ensure that the public data, the user data should be secure. Yes or no? Otherwise, it can be misused by the attacker. Your banking information can be misused. Your personal information can be misused. So to ensure the security of your data, this company will have to deploy certain security tools. It is not something that companies are actually bothering about your security, but it's our government. It's our government which is ensuring that our public information should be secure. So government makes certain rules that we call as compliances. That okay, if you are in this industry, if you are handling this kind of data, you have to ensure that these security tools should be deployed, and you should have people to handle those security tools. It is not something that companies are bothering about. It is something that our government is also taking care of our security data, security of our data. So you understand, if digitalization is happening very fast, these companies will come digital, will start their digital business. They will deploy certain security tools. They need people to handle the security tools, right? That's the reason you see the growing demand in cybersecurity nowadays. Cybersecurity has exponential demand because of this digitalization. You can understand yourself. In few years back, if it was 3-4 years back, how many apps you had in your mobile, and now how many apps you have in your mobile. That means increasing the number of apps means increasing the number of businesses online. That means all transactions, all you see 1 year back or 1.5 years back, We were not having any instant delivery apps, right? Now we have Zipto, we have Swiggy in India, we have Flipkart, Minutes, so many apps, right? So we'll see how the exponential the digitalization is happening, right? And the same way, rise in cyber attacks. Cyber attacks are also increasing because attackers also seeing the good growing market, good growing scope of their attacks. They are seeing the growth, and hence the rise in cyber attack and data breaches. Digital transformation, as I said, demand stronger security. And second, personal and financial safety at stake. So personal and financial security, of course, since everything is being online, your banking and financial transactions that you are doing, everything is being online. So that is why cyber security matters. Many companies even, so cyber security does not have any demand or requirement for financial or IT kind of institutions or industries. However, cyber security requirement is across all the industries. You understand nowadays which industry does not use the computers, does not use the digital assets? Can you tell me here any industry which does not use computers or any digital assets, which does not ask you to log in on their portal? Do we have any industries? So you understand now, you can realize yourself. People are asking me which company we can get the job. Now the answer is any kind of industry, any company, you will get a job being a cybersecurity, part of cybersecurity team. Every kind of companies, every kind of industry requires cybersecurity resources nowadays because of the digital transformation, digitalization in the market. Any question you have here? Next slide. So cybersecurity has multiple domains. What are those domains? Such as Security Operations Center, that we are going to talk about in depth. Incident response is the integrated part of SOC. Governance, risk and compliance, that we call as in form GRC, is the part of SOC, part of security team, which ensure that the security controls as well as certain rules which are created by the government, that compliance policies are in place. We are following the policy which have been developed by the government, as well as we have the required security in place. They are doing the audit work. Cloud security is another domain. Some of the domain I have mentioned it here. Identity and access management team, IAM team, or also we call as UAM team in the company, user access management team, or identity and access management team. This is the team actually which creates your account on various devices in the company, various assets, and ensure that what level of access you want, right? So these teams enable that kind of level of access, that we call IAM team, identity and access management team. So mostly their work is to create the account and give the required access. So why? Ideally, this is not a very big task, but this is also the part of cybersecurity, because accounts also can misuse, right? So we have to be very careful while creating the account. The person for which account is being created should be authorized and should have only the approved level of access. So otherwise it can be misused. That is the reason IAM also comes under the part of cybersecurity. Application and network security, that is one domain. So application security, let's say we have web application security, web application firewalls, as well as network security, like network level of device such as firewall. You have IPS, IDS, proxy, various security devices which are coming under the network security. So these are some of the some of the domains in cybersecurity. Out of all these domains, maximum demand that you see in the market right now is what? Is SOC, Security Operations Center. We are going to talk about little in depth about SOC, but before that, let me talk about the core approaches about the SOC. One, just hold down. Let me see what kind of video you are able to see. Now I'll share my screen. Okay. Am I visible, right? My video is visible to everyone?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
See,
Yes, sir. Fine.
mainly there are two approaches, but third is mix of both. Defensive security and offensive security. Hybrid security or purple team is the part of defensive plus offensive. So defensive security, so core approaches we have like offensive and defensive. So let me tell you what is defensive security. In the security team, you will see two types mostly, two type of team, either defensive security team or offensive security. Third team can be a hybrid team, which is the combination of defensive plus offensive. Other name we also call defensive security means blue team, offensive means red team, and hybrid security means purple team. So let me tell you what is defensive security or blue team. So defensive security or blue team is responsible for defending the cyber attack. That means monitoring the entire network, detecting any kind of unusual, malicious or abnormal activities. In case of such kind of activity has been detected, they are responsible for responding such incident, such issues, and maybe certain time they are also responsible for acting such kind of offensive, such kind of incident. That means defense security team will monitor the entire network, keep an eye, right? And in case of malicious piece of abnormal activity will happening, they will analyze it and they will take the certain action, or they will respond, they will assign that.
No sound, sir. Sir,
Dimankar, you muted me also. Now you're able to. Since how long you are not able to hear me? Just a moment back, right?
yes, sir. Just moment back.
So I said like defense security team is monitoring, investigation of all the any malicious or abnormal activities are happening, right? And they will respond. Maybe certain time action is not their hand, so they will create the incident and assign to respective team for further action. For example, they came to know, okay, this particular connection is suspicious. This IP address from which the connection is coming is suspicious, right? And action is we have to block this connection on the firewall. So maybe SOC team may not have access to the firewall team. So what they will do is, it means defense security, I'm talking about defense security. So they will not have access to firewall team. So they will assign this incident to firewall team to block it, right? So that is the work of defense security. So SOC team, incident response team, right? So these teams, threat hunting teams or threat hunters comes under the blue team. So SOC team, incident response, threat hunters comes under the blue team or defensive security team. Clear this, everybody? Any question, confusion? No, right? So you understand? SOC team defend the cyber attacks, right? Any attacks are coming in, they will detect and they will take the action. They will protect your network. That we call it defensive security team. Next team is called as offensive security team. Offensive security team is also called as red team. Offensive security team follow the same approach. What approach attacker follows? A similar approach is being followed by a red team or offensive security team, but for ethical way, for ethical purpose. That means they will penetrate your network. Let for example, this is my network, this is my company, right? So what will happen is in my company network there might be possible, right? Might be some vulnerabilities there, some weaknesses is there, right? That attacker may take the advantage and can penetrate the network. Yes or no? We are not aware, right? Sometimes we are thinking that we are protected, we are secure, but might be some weaknesses are there. Might be some firewall has some vulnerability, means weaknesses. Some systems are having some weaknesses, some ports are open. So what we will do? We'll ask offensive security team, that means red team, to perform the penetration testing and ethical hacking. So penetration tester or ethical hacker is a kind of hackers only, but they do not misuse your assets or network. They try to penetrate your network. They try to find out the weaknesses, vulnerability of your network from outside. And they found any weaknesses or vulnerability, they will let you know. And these are the weaknesses. These are the vulnerability found. You have to fix it before the actual attacker take the advantage. But that's the reason this team we call as penetration testing or ethical hacking or vulnerability assessment team, which find the VAPT. If you talk about VAP, vulnerability management assessment and penetration testing or ethical hackers, what they do? They actually try to penetrate your network like an attacker and check if this tester can penetrate your network. That means actual attacker also can penetrate. Yes or no? So before the actual attacker penetrate, we do the testing ourselves and find out the loopholes, weak holes, and vulnerabilities and patch it, fix it. That team is called as offensive security team. What happens? Defensive security teams, company will be having their self, which will monitor their network 24/7. Defense security team like SOC team, incident response team, and threat hunters. So companies may have their own security team, which will monitor the network 24/7 and detect and protect the network. That means defensive security is the need of the company for 24/7, because attack may happen at any point of time. While offensive security may not be of course, should not be the part of the same company. For example, this is my network. We want to do the penetration testing. So not every company will have the penetration tester requirement or ethical hacker requirement. Because if my company is there, if I hire my ethical hacker and penetration tester and ask them to do the penetration testing, then it does not make any sense. Why? Because they already knows about network, right? They already know where is the firewall, what is the server IP address, what is the network addresses, what are the set of IP addresses we are using, how many firewalls which we have, what are different vendors of firewall we are using. If they have already knowledge of our network, if they are doing the penetration testing, does not make any sense. Penetration testing or ethical hacking should be performed by the people who are similar like an attacker who does not know anything about your network. Then it makes sense. So mostly offensive security or penetration testing or red teaming is being done by the outside vendors. My company, I want to do the penetration testing. I will give the project to some other vendor, some other third-party companies, and I will ask them to do the penetration testing. They will act like an attacker, but they will share the report to us, and they will not misuse the network, so that we can patch those vulnerability weaknesses. That is the reason you will see the limited demand for offensive security people. The job is of course, very challenging. The job is very challenging compared to, if you compare to SOC team, of course, offensive security or red teaming work is very challenging, because you have to find out new way to penetrate the network. But does it make sense? You understand? Not every company required offensive security or penetration tester or ethical hackers. Only mostly it is performed by third-party vendors, service provider, which are providing services to many companies. And that too, it is not being performed by every day. Maybe quarterly, half-yearly, or yearly testing will be performed, not every day. Now you understand the limitation is not every day this teamwork is needed, and not every company will need the office security team or penetration tester or ethical hackers. Only few companies which are providing services needed this team. Work is very challenging, but since number of resource requirement is very less, of course, if demand is less, then what? growth will be less and the package will be less because availability will be more and demand is less. So does it make sense? Are we here to do the challenging job or are we here to make what? Life is not going to work, right? Life is not going to run by just challenging work or what work you like, right? For that, we have to earn money. So you see the demand, much more demand in defensive security team compared to offensive. That is the reason. Okay. Third team that we call hybrid security team. Some company may have this hybrid model that is purple team. Mostly concept in the market, you will see blue team, red team. Rarely you will see the purple team. Some small company may have purple team or some service provider may have purple team, which will be the combination of red and blue. SOC team, you are in SOC team, incident response, threat hunter, you are the part of blue team or defense security team. You are penetration tester, ethical hacker, VAPT team, you are the part of red team, offense security team. You are doing both. Purple team. A small company or service provider may have the purple team. Clear this? Anybody? Any question? Any confusion?
Sir, I have one question.
Yes.
Sir, for Splunk admin is completely different, sir. Comes from under which team, sir?
Splunk itself, the tool itself is the part of offense, defense security.
Okay, Splunk admin also comes from defense security.
Right, because the tool itself is part of defense. SIEM comes under the defense security.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Which side is easier to get job?
Which
Side is offensive security or defensive security?
now you
Is
can
easy.
decide yourself, right? Which one is good for better growth? What do you think?
Job market easier to get job.
So you understand, right? The growth is in which demand is more in which domain, which approach the demand is more.
Defensive.
Red team. Of course, blue, right? Because SOC team or defense security team is needed for across all the companies which are using digital assets. Nowadays, the government is also enabling certain compliances that if you're working on this kind of data, you should have SOC team, which monitor the network 24/7. So we'll see defense security requirement across all the industry, all the companies, while offensive have the limited scope. So of course, scope is limited, require limited people, and of course, the pay wise also will be limited. You won't see the growth. Work is challenging, but you won't see the growth like defense security in offensive. However, being a defense security, you learn certain offensive security tools knowledge, tools and technologies you learn because, for example, SOC team people as working as SOC analyst, learning CEH, learning certain type penetration testing. It is not that they are learning CEH. Some people are thinking that I'm being SOC, why should I learn CEH? Why should I do OSCP? Of course, OSCP I will not suggest because that is the very toughest certification and that too require too much time and that level of knowledge is not required as per our requirement. But why SOC team also learn CEH? Because being a defense security team, we should know, right, what is the approach of attacker, what tools and technology attackers are using, how they are initiating the attack, how they are scanning the network, what tool they are using. So how malware works, how to analyze the malware. So being a part of defense security team, we should know the offensive as well. Then only we can be the expert defender, better defender. Not just to become the red teamer. Being to become a good blue teamer also, you need to learn red teaming. Got it?
Yeah, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, will you train us as a complete defensive security?
Yes, we have training. I will tell you at the end for defense security. Defensive.
Sir.
Offensive, defensive, both we have. Offensive and defensive,
Okay.
both we have.
Okay, sir.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Okay, I wanted to know, can you like give us a pathway for the purple team or the red team, whichever one, you can know where to go and where next to go?
See, my recommendation would be to go on the defense security team. Learn offensive as well, but for career wise, the good one is of a defensive security, not the offensive.
Okay,
Learn
but
defensive just for knowledge perspective.
let's say I'm more interested in the purple team, and I would want to learn both. So can you like give me the certifications needed and the pathway needed to get to that position?
Yes, see, purple team you won't get any everywhere. You are interested, but job will be limited because you won't get in every JD. You will not get purple team. Either you'll get red team or you'll get defensive, means blue team, not purple team. Purple team, maybe some vendor, some service provider will use the purple team. So you
Okay,
cannot specifically target. You cannot target, okay, I need purple team only. So then you are limiting yourself for job opportunities. You can learn. If company have that opportunity, you can utilize it. But being, as I mentioned, being a better defender also, you should learn offensive. Some basic level of training like CEH you can do to learn some concept from offensive perspective, but not very depth like OSCP or some other certification. I will not recommend that to spend that much of time in offensive.
Sir, you'll explain SPL language as well, sir, like in this
In
course.
Splunk, of course. Okay. Anybody else done? So you understand? Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
Sir, in that course, do you teach us networking also?
That I will talk about. Let me cover this. If you have any question, you can ask. At the end, I will take your question, all this question regarding trainings and all.
Okay, thank you.
Right now, if you have any question on this, you can ask. At the end, I will give you enough time for you to ask the questions. So what is SOC team? What is SOC? So you understand, SOC is a part of defensive security team. That means it's a part of blue team, right? Security, SOC stands for Security Operations Center. See, right now I'm using slides, but in my training, I never use slides because I have to cover more concept within short period of time. Hence, I'm using slides. But in my trainings, I usually do not use slides. But in 2 hours only we have, and we have to cover more topics. Hence, I'm not writing on the board. Usually, you will see me in front of boards only. I draw the architecture and everything. I write it, and then how we go ahead. So SOC team, what is SOC team? SOC team is a is stand for Security Operations Center. That means it's a centralized team in the companies. Centralized team which manage the security posture across whole network. So what SOC team does? SOC team ensure 2 things. SOC team ensure 2 things. One is to ensure that the attack should not happen. First of all, cyber attack should not happen. And in case it happens, means SOC team monitor the whole network 24/7. Whole network. What is coming inside, what is going inside, any malicious, abnormal, unusual activities are happening. SOC team will monitor those activities and ensure that the company's network should remain protected. But in case any malicious activity detected, any compromise happen, they will ensure that the impact of the compromise should be minimal. That's the reason we have SOC, because it will not happen. You cannot ensure the complete security of your network. Even you have various security tools deployed already, you have SOC team also, but you can never say that your company is 100% secure, because 100% security is not achievable. That's the reason we guys are here. At least we can minimize the impact of the compromise. If SOC team we have, of course, certain times we'll detect the suspicious activity, we'll detect the attacker and block it. And that means compromise did not happen. But certain time you will see, even we are a SOC team, compromise happened, then we got the alert. Then we came to know. Alert we got when compromise happened, when the attack happened. Okay. What we can do? Then SOC team ensure that, okay, if attack happened, then impact of the compromise should be minimal. That means, okay, one computer compromise, then it should not infect other computer. SOC team will isolate the machine from the network so that it not impact further. It will not spread further. If SOC team would not have been here, the attacker will spread the impact, spread and compromise other machines as well, right? So fortunately, we have SOC team. So this is what SOC team does. Ensure that SOC team monitor the network 24/7, right? And detect any kind of suspicious, malicious and abnormal activity. But in case some compromise happen, it ensure that the impact of compromise should be minimal. Of course, if impact of the compromise is minimal, the cost of the remediation would be also minimal. Means the fixing issue, the compromise is one system. Of course, how to fix that system, that the cost of remediation will be also minimal in that case, right? So that is the advantage of SOC team. So what SOC team does? After monitoring, detect, investigate, and respond to the cybersecurity incident. Means in case some malicious activity detected, it will respond. Respond means either if SOC team have the access, it can block the activity, or it will respond means it will assign the incident to the different team for further action. Firewall team to block the IP address, network team, right, to isolate the system from the network through network, desktop team to scan the machine from the antivirus. Depend on the type of the incident, depend on the type of suspicious activity, SOC team will respond and assign the incident to the respective team for further action, right? So that is what we call a SOC team. So SOC team is always a centralized team. You might have certain many offices in your company, many branches, as well as across the geographical, because geographical location you might have in USA, you might have in India, you might have in UK. Mostly cybersecurity SOC team will be central team, one team. Sometime for disaster recovery might be, let's say, for example, one SOC team we have in Bangalore and one we have in New York. Because sometimes physical and digital disaster will happen. Sometime, let's say, power gone, some internet failure. SOC team is very critical, right? The monitoring should not be stopped. Okay, one location is down, then we have other location. If, let's say, some strike happen, people are now unable to come to the office, people are unable to work, some other location they will have. So certain companies will have another location. But since it's in centralized place, hence name is SOC, Security Operations Center. Is centralized place from where we run the operations of security, right? And people who work on the SOC team, we call them as a SOC analyst, right? Because we are analyzing, right? So analyzing the alerts, analyzing the incidents, hence we call as analyst, SOC analyst, right? A SOC team and SOC analyst. You understood? Any confusion? Anyone? No question? No confusion?
Hi, I would like to ask a question. What about the types of socks which we use?
Type of SOC?
Yeah.
Okay, let me tell you. Okay, before start with type of SOC, let me tell you what are different tools. You understand? Now you have branches in India, multiple branches. You have offices in different geographical location. In USA, you have UK and India, right? So how, being a SOC centralized team, you can monitor the whole network sitting on one location only. How you can do that? Using different security tools. One of the most useful tool that we call as heart of SOC. That tool we call as, let me tell you, That tool is SIEM. Are you able to see my Word document?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I'm not using board right now. I usually use board only most of the all the time. But right now, since because of the timing, we have a limitation. Hence, I'm not writing on the board. I'm just writing it here. So this SIM tool is the heart of all SOC. Without SIM tool, as of now, you cannot imagine SOC without SIM tool. So what happens is SIM, what it does, you have in the network, you have firewalls, you have network, that means your network devices, security devices, servers, application databases, you have different devices, right? You understand any activity happens on these devices are being recorded in the form of logs. See, I'm explaining you in a very short period. Might be some people may not understand. In my regular training, I explain each and everything on the board by drawing in the architecture, how this communication happened, the whole diagram. Might be, let me tell you, so let me come on the board and then explain you quickly so that you will have better understanding. But I'm hoping that you guys knows about what is network device like router and switches, what is firewall, right? If you do not know, I have a solution for you, how you can learn it. We have some free resources through that you can learn about those devices. Let me draw a quick architecture. Let's see the router, right? It's a company network. And you have various devices, let's say computers and servers, right? And you took the internet connection from outside, right? So what happens is all your network devices, let's say this is a firewall, this is a proxy, in the typical IT infrastructure, you have network devices, security devices, servers, application inside, application databases, right? These kind of typical security devices you are having, right? So network devices, security device like router, switcher, firewall, proxy, email gateway, antiviruses, these servers, Windows server, Linux server, databases, right? These kind of security tools you have, right? So you understand when attack will happen, when attacker will come, it will come like this. It will hit to the router, then you may have a firewall, then you have proxy or switch, then like this, right? Come here and go like this. Or maybe you understand, we being a cybersecurity team or analyst, you do not have to secure your network from the outsider threats, but from the insider threats also. You understand, right? Ghar ka bhedi lanka dhai. Yes or no? That means you may not believe 73% of the attacks are being initiated with the help of internal threat, internal people, intentionally or unintentionally. That means we have to secure our network, monitor our network, both inbound also and outbound also. What our people are accessing, what website they're accessing, what data they're uploading, what IP they're making the connection, what application they're installing and making connection outside. This also has to be monitored, right? So inbound and outbound, both traffic we have to monitor. And you understand, in the internet, in the digital communication happen in the form of packets, right? In small packets. Yes or no? You cannot see physically who is coming in and who is going out, right? Because the communication is happening in the form of small packet that you cannot see in the human's eyes. Using the human eyes, you cannot see those packets. So those packets can be seen by the tools. So what happens is, whatever activity is happening on these tools, firewall, proxy, and all those traffic is coming and going, and also you are doing some activity like logging in the firewall, changing the configuration, everything. You understand? Each and every device in the networks are recording their activity in the form of what? In the form of what they are recording the activity? Logs, or we call as events.
Logs.
Right? Events. Logs, or we call as event. You log in on a Windows computer, log in, At what time you have login? What is your username? Login success or login got failure? Okay, you created one account, right? You disable the account got locked out. You access something, website. Each and every activities are being recorded in the form of logs, right? You can log in on the Windows computer and check it out, whatever you have done or your colleague has done, if you have his access. There's a event here on the Windows machine. Similarly, each and every devices are recording their logs locally on the machine itself, on the device itself, right? So what happening, how we can monitor, you understand what activity is happening or happened. If you want to check, we can log in on these devices and see the logs, right? Understand what activity happened. But at the time of attack, it is difficult for us to log in each and every device and see the logs, right? It's difficult because there are so many devices, maybe thousands of devices you have. You cannot keep logging thousands of devices and check the logs, what activity is happening. You cannot. So SOC team, what tool we use is, we use SIEM. I'm just quickly explaining you in a brief way, not in depth. So what we do in the SIEM, all these devices we integrate, means connect. All these devices with SIEM, we connect all this device. So all this device will send the real-time logs to the SIEM. Means whatever activity happening, login, logout, failure, login success, you access the website, you send an email, all these logs, log means evidence, proof, are being sent to SIEM. SIEM will receive 10,000, 15,000 in average in the typical IT company, 10,000, 15,000 event per second. Like 50,000, 20,000, depending on company, that we call it EPS, event per second. 10,000 to 15,000 or 15 to 20,000. Average I'm talking about. It can be 30,000 also. It can be 5,000 also. Depend how big is the company, how many devices you have, and how active those devices are. Based on that, you will receive the logs. So now these logs will be monitored 24/7. So SIEM will have a correlation engine, means SIEM will have certain rules that we call as correlation rule or use cases. So based on these logs, because even though we have people here to monitor this 15,000, 20,000 event per second, we cannot monitor and analyze ourselves. Then SIEM will have some intelligence that we call as correlation rule or use cases that has been written, or we can write on the SIEM tool. So based on these logs, if any malicious trend, let's say 100 login failure happen, it can be brute force attack. 100 event generator for login, it can be brute force attack. Alert will get generated by SIEM tool. So SIEM will monitor each and every activity on behalf of you based on these billions of logs per day and will generate the alerts. So SOC team what does? How SOC team monitors this environment? SOC team using the SIEM tool. SIEM tool is the heart of SOC as of now. Till now I'm telling you. Maybe it may get changed after a few years, but as of now, SIEM is the heart of SOC. Without SIEM tool, you cannot imagine SOC. So in SIEM, you will have a dashboard where you will have various alerts. You will see successful connection from blacklisted IP address detected. Alert will get. Windows brute force attack detected. Malware detected. Virus detected. Right? This kind of various alerts you will have. And being a SOC team, what you do is, now instead of monitoring billions of logs per day, you monitor few alerts, maybe 1,000, 200,000 alerts in a day. So being a SOC team, you'll monitor this particular dashboard, and each and every incident you open and check, analyze whether it is actually suspicious activity or not. Because this is a tool. It cannot guarantee the alert which are being fired and being shown here are actually suspicious activity. Sometime it is, sometime it is not. That's why you guys are here, human being, to check what activity is suspicious, what activity is not a suspicious activity. So in that case, what will happen? If you have this activity you found, it is not a suspicious activity, you will close this case here only. If you found this activity is actually suspicious, you will raise this case to the respective team, firewall team to block the IP address, antivirus team to scan the system from the antivirus, right? So depend on the type of incident. So this is what SOC team is doing. The SOC team also having various level like L1, L2, L3 like that we discuss actually in the regular class in detail. I'm just giving the brief understanding. But this is what was a SIEM. So in the typical classic SOC, traditional SOC, you will have only SIEM, but all the SOC you will have SIEM definitely. But now in next generation SOC, in next generation SOC, you will not only have SIEM tool. Of course, you have SIEM tool as well, but SIEM tool itself is not enough. SIEM only is not enough, because SIEM collect the limited data from endpoint like your servers and your laptop, desktop. It has the limited visibility of the activities. It has the limited scope. I'm just using this word limited because explanation is very big. Just brief knowledge, I'm using the limited word. So at what time user has login? Okay, user login after business hours. User daily login this time, but now this time abnormal activity. So user related activity as well as endpoint related activities are less in the SIEM. So another tool has been introduced that we call as EDR. This tool is specifically for endpoints like servers and your workstation. It gives the more visibility. Even if you found machine is being compromised, using the EDR tool itself, you can isolate. It means remove machine from the network. Not physically, you have to go and remove. So malware and anything has been found, you can remove. A lot of other functionality you have in the EDR. So next generation SOC, along with the SIEM, you have EDR. You understand CrowdStrike? CrowdStrike, you heard about CrowdStrike?
Yes.
Because why I'm talking about, even though you are the part of cybersecurity as of now or not, but you might have heard about CrowdStrike, because blue death screen, you remember, I mean last year, blue death screen came in most of the systems. Many flight got delayed because of the CrowdStrike incident.
Microsoft, yeah.
It was actually not a Microsoft incident. It was a CrowdStrike incident, because CrowdStrike EDR was installed on the Microsoft Windows. You understand? Windows and Linux, there are different set of files, right? So EDR, what CrowdStrike has done? CrowdStrike has released an update for Microsoft Windows agent, because EDR agent will be installed on each and every systems, right? So CrowdStrike is the company which provide the EDR solution. So one day what they have done is they have released the update. So all the systems, Microsoft systems, which have the EDR, CrowdStrike EDR agent, they got updated. But update was not very well fine-tuned, tested, and it has a bug which was restarting the system and making the system on the death screen, blue death screen. So that was the issue on the CrowdStrike end, not the Microsoft end. Some people in Microsoft and Microsoft have a problem. Of course, Microsoft system got impacted, but impact root cause was CrowdStrike. And now you can imagine it was worldwide global impact, right? You understand how many companies have installed CrowdStrike EDR. And CrowdStrike EDR is one of the vendor for EDR. Like you have Honda City or you have Mercedes car. So car does not, like Mercedes only does not have car, right? There's so many BMW, you have Honda, you have so many other vendors, right? Similarly, you have many other vendors, but CrowdStrike one of the EDR. But CrowdStrike is leader in the market for the EDR. So you understand, in next generation SOC, you do not have only SIEM. Plenty of companies now deploying EDR, have deployed EDR. Yes or no? Now, yes.
Sorry to cut you. So we can call EDR to be an incident response tool?
It's not an incident response.
No, I'm asking.
It's a detection tool. It's a detection tool. Endpoint detection and response. We can respond.
That is what
we can respond. We can respond, but it is not an auto detection mostly. We can respond.
Okay.
An activity we can set as auto, but it is not fully automated.
Yeah, we need to manually isolate it and put it back again after.
Correct. So this was the EDR. Another tool that we see on next generation SOC is SOAR. Security orchestration, automation, and response. So automation has been introduced in SOC. in the form of SOAR, security, orchestration, automation, and response. By seeing the crunch, by seeing the resource crunch in the market, how the digital transformation is happening, how rapidly the digitalization is happening in the market, the research companies have detected, has found that there would be security resource crunch in the future. The right resources crunch will be in the future. So for the SOC team, SOC analyst especially, to automate this, what happens is, you understand, being a SOC, as a SIM you have, you will have alert. You will monitor the alert, analyze, and ask for a to block it. And you at the same time you will create the ticket, right? And firewall team will block it. Means two people are involved. SOC team to analyze and then firewall team to block, right? And you to create the ticket also. Ticket also we have to create. So you monitor, then analyze, then take the action. Assign different team to take the action. They will also involve, and you are also involved. So what SOAR team does, SOAR does is SOAR automate this activity. SOAR automate this activity. If you deploy SOAR, this alert will be forwarded to SOAR. Now SOAR will cross verify with certain the workflow that you have defined. Check whether it is suspicious activity or not. If it is suspicious, it will run the automation script that we call as playbook and block the IP address on the firewall automatically. You will integrate firewall with your SOAR, as well as it will create the ticket on your ServiceNow or any other ticketing tool. So this work of L1 can be automated with the SOAR, but as of now, SOAR has been deployed only 50 to 20%. If you have 100 SIM in SOC, 15 to 20% companies has deployed a SOC because it is not very well fine-tuned as of now. So certain time it blocks the legitimate traffic as well. So 15 to 20% companies had deployed the SOC, but you understand the time will come when this activity will get automated. So you'll have three main tools in the next generation SOC: SIM, EDR, and SOAR. That is the reason by seeing this future, that is the reason the training that we have, either it is SIM tool, EDR, SOAR, or whatever trainings we have here in SIEM XPERT are very in-depth training. By understanding the future demand and future scenario, we do not limit ourselves just for analysis and incident response, just L1 work. Our training cover L1, L2, majority of L3, and majority of administrator work, core technical. By understanding that the introduction of automation, as well as the introduction of AI in the market, artificial intelligence, where the people who are core technical are going to survive. People who are going to do the copy-paste job, they should be ready. It's a time for you to make ready for yourself. A time will come when those people will go out of the market if they are not upgrading themselves. So our trainings are very core technical, which are making you core technical, so that you'll be ready for future perspective. We just do not focus you from L1 perspective just to get the job. We focus you to develop the skills so that you'll become the expert and you'll have core technical skills. So SIM, SOAR, and SIM, EDR, and SOAR, these are the main tool in next generation SOC. And SIM, you will have various SIM tools. SIM is the vendor. We call it security, information, and event management. Like you have Splunk. Different tool, you have Splunk, you have Microsoft Sentinel, you have IBM QRadar. Now it is with Palo Alto. QRadar. For EDR, For EDR, you have CrowdStrike. Microsoft Defender, MS Defender. You have Sentinel-1. Sentinel-1 it's not Micro Sentinel, okay? It is Sentinel-1, EDR or XDR. And for SOAR, You have Palo Alto Cortex XOR. It's from Palo Alto. You have Splunk SOAR and some other. However, in this all, and there's so many vendors nowadays, you understand digitalization, lot of competition in this digital world. Previously, for a few years back, we see only few tools, right? But nowadays in digital work, the lot of vendors are available. However, for SIEM, Splunk is leader in the market, #1 in the market. Microsoft Sentinel is second number as per the Gartner report, and this is third number as per the Gartner report. Gartner is non-profit organization which release the report every year based on the various parameters they compare, like customer support, functions, customization, right, different features, and the release report. Splunk is concurrently for last 15 years, it's leader quadrant. EDR, CrowdStrike is #1. For SOAR, Cortex XOR is #1. And the regular training that we have for SOC Analyst, next generation SOC Analyst, on which we cover leader product. However, we all have training. We have Splunk training also, Microsoft Sentinel also, this one also, we have this one also, we have this one also, we have this all. But in the SOC, we have only added the product which are lead in the market. It is not something that training you learn something and company work something else. Training you learn free tools and company you learn paid tool and something else, right? Here we cover the tool which are leader #1 in the market, right? Splunk and Splunk Enterprise Security, which is not, there is no free trial for that. You get the licensed product. CrowdStrike EDR #1, we cover it here. Cortex XOR, CrowdStrike EDR and Cortex XOR, we are the only one in India who has the license. We are the partner with Palo Alto, and we are the only one with India which have the license. License start from 1 CR, 1 crore. Minimum license for Cortex XOR, which is #1 in the market. CrowdStrike EDR, we are the only one who has the lab access for that real time. 2 license we have. Splunk also, Splunk Enterprise 60 days free trial available, but Splunk Enterprise Security there is no free trial, which is actually the part of SIEM. You won't get anywhere in India except SIEM XPERT. All this tool we cover practically with hands-on access to the tool. So what happens? So you understand what SOC team does and how we can automate the SOC incident response using the SOAR tool, right? Understand, right, everybody? Let me come back now. Let me showcase my screen again.
Does the training involve installations?
Yes, I will talk about it. Let me continue. I will talk about it more later. I'll answer your question. So you're asking about type of SOC. So
Yes.
see, in the company, let's say this is your company called as HDFC Bank, right? HDFC Bank is a finance institution. They also need a SOC. So they have set up their own facility. They have hired people and set up the SOC. The SOC team will monitor any incident which are happening on the HDFC Bank, right? So it means HDFC Bank has set up the SOC for their own to monitor their own network. So this kind of SOC we call internal SOC or in-house SOC. What do we call as internal SOC or
in-house
SOC, right? Now let's say another company called as Bharat Pharmaceutical. Bharat Pharmaceutical now is in pharma background, right? Pharma industry. Now they understand their data is also very critical, and as per the compliance, they have to ensure that SIEM tool has been deployed. All these SIEM tools should be deployed, and they should have SOC team to monitor the network 24/7. But Bharat Biotech, let's say Bharat Biotech do not have resources, as well as they want to focus on their core business. They do not have expertise. So what will happen is the company like Accenture, Tech Mahindra, Wipro, SIEM XPERT, who are cybersecurity service provider.
Okay.
So Bharat Biotech will reach out to them and they will outsource their security to these companies. So what they will do is, let's say people, let's say SIEM XPERT got the project from Bharat Biotech, right? So people who are sitting here in SIEM XPERT, they will be connecting to the Bharat Biotech network remotely through VPN or site to site through MPLS, and we will be monitoring their network. This kind of SOC as MSSP, or this kind of company called managed security service provider. So this is outsourced SOC or MSSP. So this kind of company called as MSSP, managed security service provider. Got your point? So what happens is certain companies, let's say Yes Bank. Yes Bank has a requirement that, okay, we cannot manage our own SOC because we don't have expertise. We want to focus on the core business. So you manage the security yourself. Let's say they outsource SIEM XPERT. But as per the compliance requirement, what they have to do is, because banking data is very critical, so they cannot give the access to the data from outside people. The people sitting in SIEM XPERT, they cannot access the data. So what they want is, Yes Bank want is, okay, SIEM XPERT people, their team should come to Yes Bank and work from Yes Bank on premises. Because we are expert, so they outsource to us. We'll manage the security and our people will sit to Yes Bank and they'll work there. That's how you get the client project and you sit on client end. And that's how you get the on-site opportunity. You get your company got the project from US, but that company wants people to sit on their own location. You get the on-site. Certain time it will be hybrid model. Certain people will be sitting offshore, means SIEM XPERT, and certain people will be flying to the client site. They'll be coordinating with offshore people like us who are sitting in SIEM XPERT premises. So they will be coordinating all the incident and everything by sitting on the client premises. So that is how you get this on-site opportunity in the SOC team, and this we call MSSP or outsource SOC.
Okay.
Got it?
So you are saying we'll have two types in a MSSP.
Right, MSSP, yeah. You have internal SOC or in-house SOC, or you have MSSP or managed SOC. Managed SOC.
All right. And I heard about global SOC. What is that? Can you clear me?
Global SOC is same. Like some company may have local SOC team. Global SOC means you have office. You have office in India, US, and UK, right? Will be one centralized team called global SOC for all location.
Okay.
They might be having SOC team sitting in locally also. That's why they use the word global and local SOC. Usually SOC will be always global. Most of the time global only.
Yeah.
Okay. So SOC team works. What they do? Real-time monitoring, alerting, threat detection and analysis, incident response and recovery. Right. That's the work of SOC team. Next generation SOC team. Next generation SOC tool like Splunk, Sentinel, as I mentioned, CrowdStrike, Sentinel-1, ADR, SOAR, Palo Alto, Cortex, SOAR, Splunk, Phantom, Threat Intel. We integrate Threat Intelligence also with this one. Now, career options, career opportunity in cybersecurity. So why to choose a cybersecurity career? Because of the high demand in the globe. You understood, I explain you how is the demand nowadays in cybersecurity. Yes or no? Digitalization happening very fast. On the same ratio, demand is also increasing exponentially. But let me tell you, if whichever field you are in, you might not imagine what is going on in the background nowadays. But you can see right now, currently, you see ChatGPT, you have seen, right? You might be using already Gemini, ChatGPT, DeepSeek, right? So these are AI tools, right? You understand these tools only how they have simplified your work, and you can see many people are started losing the jobs. Many companies started firing people because now they can do that work from AI. Let me tell you, this AI right now that we are using ChatGPT or Gemini, this is just kind of demo. the small work they are doing. The big research is happening to develop the AGI, Artificial General Intelligence. This is the knock. This is signal for everybody. The time is going to come when what work you are doing as a human being, you understand we can work and we can make the mistake, and from mistake we can learn and then implement, right? The AI is learning the same thing. It is learning how human work, how to work as a human, how human are thinking, how human learn from the mistake and implementing and correcting their further steps. Same research is happening on the AI, and that version of AI we call artificial general intelligence. General intelligence means like human intelligence. That means what work you are doing, most of the work can be performed by AGI. So you understand, if you are still doing the copy-paste job, you're not learning technical, then you should think. You can be replaced in future. So wherever you are, learn technical things. Be technical, not just copy-paste work. I'm telling you, if you're doing just copy-paste work, donkey work you're doing as of now, not doing technical work, it's an alarm for you. This job will be replaced. This all work will be done by, still being done by the AI, started being done by the AI, and AGI is much advanced version. So only people who are doing the core technical job, which AI cannot do, AGI cannot do, those technical minded people will be surviving, and will have huge demand of such people in cybersecurity as well. Of course, cybersecurity will have much demand compared to other field. Last month, I had attended a business expansion event. It was organized by US government in Bengaluru. I was a part of that. I was invited on that event, how to expand your business in USA. You will not believe that it was almost 2 hours of event. And in 2 hours of event, what was the objective of this event is, they help the Indian companies to expand their business in US. They help these companies to expand. So across all the fields, all the domains. But you will not believe, in 2 hours of session, 1.5 hours, they only talk about cybersecurity and artificial intelligence. Because now they are only targeting nowadays the company which are in AI or cybersecurity, by understanding the current and future demand. When the AGI will come, as of now, AI and AGI will come, what will happen? More complex attack will be initiated. You understand, of course, there will be impact on cybersecurity in terms of terabyte of data can be analyzed by the AI in a few moments only, which you are doing right now. All the activities of such activity can be automated and can be done in no time. But there will be more complex attack. Now attacker will also using AI, right? You are not the only one. Okay, you are cyber defender, so you are using AI tools. Attacker will also use the AI tools. More complex attacks are going to be initiated, which are difficult to even track by the AI, because there will be a fight between the AI and AI. Then human intervention is needed. The time will come where you will get the image, you will get the video call from your friend, video call from your parents, and same voice and same video like your parents. And they're asking for money. You're getting video call, audio call. Your videos are being viral in Facebook or somewhere, right? These more social engineering attacks are going to be initiated. So that's the reason with the AI, when the AI will be implemented, fully, more complex and more cyber attacks are going to be initiated, and the demand is going to be more. Still, it's growing, but AGI, the impact of the AGI, if you talk about, of course, the impact of AI, the people who are not technical, people who are just doing the copy-paste job, definitely they will go out of the companies, out of the industry. They will be fired. But people who are technical, they are learning technical in depth, they are going to survive and they are going to grow very fast. So it's a great signal for everybody. So why to choose cybersecurity career? Because high demand across the globe, attractive salary and job stability. Of course, you will see across the globe. You will see as of now there is no firing for cybersecurity. I have not seen myself there is any firing in cybersecurity. Attractive salary, of course, attractive salary. We have seen people here only who got a package of 8 lakhs in next 1 year or 1.5 years. They got 18, 20, 23, 25. I'm seeing myself here. Lot of example I have. Lot of example where people started their career, they were working in a different field, they switched to cybersecurity. Now they have 30, 35 lakh, 40 lakhs package in just few years. I see myself and I see where that particular, because sometimes I talk to the people myself when my team arrange the call. So I understand their background. Once they get the job, I realize how faster they have grown up. So that's the growth in the cybersecurity. Opportunity to work in cutting edge technology. Of course, this is the part of IT again. And IT, you understand, new development happens and we have to work on new technology, new tools. So that's what we call as IT. IT means continuous learning. If you're not learning, you will go out of market. So in IT, your earning is directly proportional to your learning. Means how much you learn, that much you earn. You stop learning, maybe you will stop earning also sometime when the recession will come, right? So if you are in IT, your mindset should not be like, okay, let me get the job, then I will enjoy and I will not learn. Of course, you should enjoy your life, but learning should be the part of your life. You should not stop learning, because the time you stop learning and the time may come when you will stop earning as well. So IT, the continuous development, you understand, new models, new versions comes. If you're not learning new technology, sometimes technology still will get changed, right? You may get replaced. Be ready. Make your mindset in such a way that, okay, the job or career that I'm choosing, it requires continuous learning. I have to be like that only. I cannot give this away that, okay, my learning is done. I'm still learning. You will not believe that I'm learning much more than the college student. I'm putting more time than you. Why? Because we know that we are the training company, EdTech company. If we do not introduce any new technology, new way, new content, we do not add in our training, we'll also go in the market, out of the market. Because what is the requirement currently in the market? If we do not upgrade our content also become obsolete, right? It become old. And we cannot, if you start training the old content, people will not get people, right? People will not get the job, will not get people, of course. So we are also in IT. We also have to upgrade our content, upgrade ourselves. That's a part of IT. And of course, you are in IT. Learning means growing also. Growth also you'll see exponentially. And you understand, we are not here to the time pass. We are not here just to the job and go. Of course, life works with money. Yes or no? Almost I can say you can buy everything, almost everything with money. So if you are putting your time, spending 9 hours, at least learn something. 9 hours, 10 hours, whatever is spending in company, and few hours for yourself. Enjoy life, but at the same time you learn as well. Because whatever enjoyment you do, it will come through this only. Either you agreed or not, but I do. Am I audible?
Yes.
You guys have become so silent. Okay, so starting or transitioning your career. So to start your career or transition your career, what skills are needed? So first of all, basic knowledge of networking and security. Not it's just a plus, but it is needed. System, of course, system knowledge. First of all, you should know how to operate computer. If you are not from computer background, but still, you should have a computer, laptop, desktop, and you should know how to operate it. And second thing, basic, not working knowledge, but theoretical knowledge you should have. What is router, what is switch, what is firewall. I will help you on that, even though you are joining the regular training or not, but I'll help you in our 9 days of session, which are self-paced, how you can make your foundation for cybersecurity, for making your strong knowledge on networking security as well as on systems. After that, you should have, actually this is the second one. I missed to, I kept it here. Second one is hands-on practice on the lab and real-time scenarios. Of course, you should have hands-on. Theoretical knowledge is not enough. Companies have become very realistic. They do not have time to train people. Even fresher, they want people who are ready to deploy. They don't want to train them. They want people who join, who can start from day one. If you have knowledge, if you have real-time experience, then you are the better candidate for the companies, even though you are freshers. But just having the theoretical of your knowledge or your bookish knowledge is not going to help nowadays. Companies do not have time to to train you. So you should have real-time hands-on knowledge on the tool, experience on the tools, in the lab environment, real-time scenarios. Then as an add-on, you can do certain certification to prove that, okay, you have hands-on knowledge, experience, but you have proof as well. So certain certifications such as Company Security Plus CEH. In India, CEH is most demanding. Then Company Security Plus or Microsoft EC or some other certification you can do. A lot of certification, but basic level and initial level, you can do CEH or Company Security Plus. Clear? In SIEM XPERT, we have 30 plus trainings and certification. Few of the certification I have written here, such as next generation SOC Analyst training, which is job oriented, real-time hands-on training, where you will get 3 months of dedicated lab access. I will showcase the tool where we have the real-time hands-on, and which goes around 3.5 months. And a lot of other certification trainings we have. Some of the trainings I have written like CEH, CompTIA, Security Plus, your CTIA, SOC Analyst certification from EC Council, CISA, CSSP, CCSP, Splunk. This is the architect level of Splunk. In SOC Analyst training, we cover Splunk Enterprise plus Enterprise Security plus CrowdStrike EDR plus SOAR. This is the best training for anybody to start or transform their career into cybersecurity. In certification perspective, if you are the beginner, up to 3 years experience, you can do CEH or Company Security Plus. If you are on the manager level, because this training covers the manager level as well. People who are going to apply for SOC lead directly without any experience, but working in IT, can attend this training and then can go over CISA or CSAM. CSAM I have not mentioned here, but CISA or CSAM, Security Information Manager. That training certification they can do. Some skill development is Splunk advanced training for architect level, CrowdStrike EDR training, Cortex XOR, in-depth training, expert level, IBM QRadar, Microsoft Sentinel ArcSight. That's some of the training that we have here.
So sorry for interruption.
Yes.
So under SIM, IBM QRadar and Microsoft Sentinel is covered in the training?
No, it's Splunk. We have separate training for that. We have separate training also. But in SOC training, we cover Splunk Enterprise Security.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
We have separate training for other tool as well, if anybody. But since Microsoft, since Splunk is lead in the market, so we do cover Splunk. So this is the Splunk lab, where you can see in most of the training institutions, they will cover only this search hat voting. They will not have Splunk Enterprise Security. Splunk Enterprise Security is paid license. Minimum license cost is 25 lakhs per year. So no other companies will train you or give the hands-on experience. And without this hands-on, you are not ready for the job, because this is not a SIM without having hands-on experience on this. Okay, some logs are less, but let me 127.
Does the training include log integrations and basic
Log source
installations?
integration also, right?
Uh,
Linux device, Windows device, firewall, right? How to integrate any kind of devices. So as I said, our
yeah, and
is very core technical training. It cover 80% of administration activity as well.
okay. Is it okay with SOC engineer perspective also?
SOC?
Because engineer perspective, because the basic installations and everything comes under that. Right?
See, what happens is Splunk has very complex architecture. So
Yeah.
enterprise installation we cover it here, but complex architecture has cluster architecture and designing that will be covered as Splunk advanced training. Because this training called as SOC analyst. Analyst will cover solution architect level. For solution architect, especially for Splunk, we have different training. Only for installation and architecture, installation will be covered, but not cluster architecture installation. Single instance we cover it here.
Okay, not the distributed.
You can see it here, not distributed. Distributed architecture will understand, but deployment will cover an architect level.
Okay.
You can see this is the real-time kind of environment that we have it here. Here you can see how many incidents are being triggered. You can see the top 10 incident. And this is the dashboard where you monitor the incident 24/7 being a SOC analyst. This is the dashboard.
Sorry for the interruption. Is there any Azure Sentinel courses?
Azure Sentinel we have Microsoft Sentinel, right? I have mentioned on the slide. Even this training is going to, I mean, I am personally taking this training from Microsoft Sentinel as well. So this training batch is going to.
I'm holding 3 years of experience in SIEM Splunk. Splunk Curator. I need to shift to the Azure Sentinel. So that's the reason I'm asking.
You can learn Sentinel as well. We have Sentinel training as well.
What the cost and what the benefits?
That I will give the number. I'll give my counselor numbers. They will help you all the details. On the group, you will get the numbers. We'll share the form. We'll share the form. So if anybody has any confusion, any queries they needed, any details they want, just fill up the form. Our team will contact you.
And also, I'm holding a CH William certification. It was expiring within 10 to 15 days. I need to upgrade that one.
So you can do any other certification with.
Yeah, I'm also holding a CSA 2. Yeah.
So you have to do either you have to collect CPE points or or you have to do some other certification with EC Council.
EC Council, right?
Right.
Okay.
So you can see this is the
Can we enable that one CH V11 to V13 version is running, right?
Upgrade you cannot do.
We can only enable that one.
Only renew, because you learn only version 11, right? So you cannot upgrade.
Okay.
So this
Thanks for the information.
This is the dashboard. You can see where we monitor the incident 24/7, right?
Yes.
You kind of
your screen is not being viewed.
Sir,
screen
can you
is
hear
not
me?
visible. Actually, screen is not visible. Okay,
No.
okay. Oh, I thought screen is visible. Since how long you are not able to see my screen?
It's more than 10 to 15 minutes.
Oh, I thought I was sharing screen. So you can see it here.
Sir, can you hear me?
So you can see, right, my screen now?
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is the dashboard. This is the dashboard where we see the whole security posture like real time. These are real time sources only.
Is that cloud based or on premise based?
It's on premises, and there is no dummy logs here. It's live logs.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm asking about use cases in the next batch. In the batch, do you teach how we can create use cases?
How to create use cases, correlation rule, fine tune correlation rule use cases. We do
Good.
provide.
And my second question is when the next batch? So if I can join.
23rd of June, coming Monday.
23rd of June.
Coming Monday.
Okay. How can I contact with?
I will share you the form after this session. So you can just fill up the form. My team will reach out to you tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Sir, any idea when weekend batch starts?
Weekday is going to start from Monday. Weekend one batch is running. So maybe on July it will be starting weekend batch.
July.
So this is the, you can see, this is the security posture dashboard of your Splunk, and this incident review tab where you monitor the alerts from the server being a SOC analyst. So being a SOC analyst, you should have a Splunk Enterprise Security app, right? 99% institution, if you go to learn a Splunk, they will teach only Splunk Enterprise, where they will not have a Splunk Enterprise Security because it's the licensed product. And without a Splunk Enterprise Security, you will not able to see this menu. Means it is not a SIM. If you're learning a Splunk from security perspective, means you should have a Splunk Enterprise Security. Then only you are learning a Splunk a SIM. So these are the correlation rule like alert, which you are monitoring 24/7. You are analyzing the alert, right? True positive, false positive, right? You are closing this alert. All this you are doing activities here. Status in progress, close, resolve, right? Applying to someone, urgency. All this work you are doing it here. False positive, true positive.
Does this cover any ticketing tool?
We do explain about ServiceNow in the training. So we have Falcon. As I mentioned, we are the only one in India who has this license for CrowdStrike EDR, where you'll get, or everybody get account will be created, and everybody will get the complete hands-on access. So let me log in.
In SOAR, what is the tool we are using?
Cortex XSOAR.
Cortex XSOAR. Okay.
Number one in the market. License start from 1 CR, except us, nobody has that access to the tool.
And this covers email security apart from that. Does this cover any email security tool?
Email security. Tools is not needed. Yeah. Tools is not being covered, but overview is being covered in network security session, 9-day session.
Okay.
So you can see this is the EDR console CrowdStrike. How you are seeing EDR same access, you will get it here. This is completely real time. So how you see in the company, right? Same to same, we have it here.
This EDR also we can connect to the Splunk, right?
Right, correct. We have integrated already.
Okay.
So all this you can see a lot of users which are having in our trainings who has the access already. So we create the users who join, we give them access. We see a lot of users who join the training. We give them access to this tool. So this is the EDR and that Cortex XSOAR. Cortex XSOAR. This is the Cortex XSOAR console. This is the Cortex XSOAR where you will see the incidents, and it's automate, how you automate this. We, as I mentioned, we are the only one in India. You search in Google everywhere. Only you will see this training on USA. They are charging $4,000 for this training because of the license cost for this Cortex XSOAR. So all this tool you are going to get the hands-on access. If you join SOC training, whatever training that you join with SIEM XPERT, if it is technical training, tool-based training, all tool we give you the hands-on access. All are practical core technical trainings. So this was the last.
I have a question.
Now you can ask the question.
So one question related to EDR basically. EDR is for an endpoint, right? Then what about the web applications? So we will provide resolution based on the endpoint.
Web application, you have web application firewall, you have IPS IDS, right? Based those logs you will get it in your SIM.
Right. But what about the response we provided to it? Because endpoint will have will isolate it or do some part in the EDR. Right. But what about these application related ones?
So you can block, if you have SOAR, you can automate the activity by using SOAR. You can block the IP address, you can block the URL using SOAR, or you have to respond and assign to the respective further action. Why we had EDR? Because by basic logs which are coming from Windows devices were not enough to give all the insight of the Windows device. But when we have this EDR, we are getting more insight of these devices. That's the reason we have EDR. Isolating the system from the network is one of the function of EDR, but that is not the only function of EDR. We can monitor.
Right, we do have.
If any driver changes happen and registry changes happen, right? A lot of different changes of system level that we can detect using EDR. And if required, we can isolate the machine, right, from the EDR. So that is one of the function. Isolating is one of the function.
Right. But when we are talking about this OWASP category of attacks or something like that, how will we write rules for it? So it should be in the SIM itself, right?
Right, based on the devices that we have integrated. SIM work based on the logs. If we have any device which can detect that kind of activities, based on that, we can write the log use case in the SIM. If you have none of, for example, if you want to write web application related attack, right? So you have certain devices which can detect web application related activity, like such as IPS IDS, or you should have WAF. Those logs will come to the SIM. Then based on that, you can correlate and write the use cases on the SIM. If you do not have WAF or IPS IDS, you cannot, because SIM cannot do anything from its own. It only creates the intelligence based on the log it receives, right?
Right. One last question, sorry. Basically, when we are talking about web application firewall, even for that also we have to write the rules, like a blocking or some particular things.
That we call as policies. That we call that both those policy or signature that we have to do on every tools, either firewall, email gateway, everything. I was talking about the use cases like correlation rule in the SIM. Okay. Anybody else? Any question? Any confusion?
Sir,
Anybody
I have one
start
question.
career or something?
Hello, sir.
I'm from.
Hello.
Hello, I'm out.
Do one thing, guys. You can raise your hand. You can right click on your name. There is an option to raise your hand so that I can take your question one by one. So there won't be conflict in between. You can raise your hand. Whoever will raise the hand first, I will take their question. Just raise your hand. Right click on your name, right, and raise your hand. First, Smith Vora.
Yeah, actually, my question is what is the minimum hardware requirement if we want to deploy the tools in our own laptop, such as this Splunk, QRadar, or whatever SIM tool?
See, it depends. You cannot deploy all SIM tools because it depends on they have different requirement. It's hardware requirement. Not all SIM tool will support your desktop, laptop, or external operating system. They may require servers. Second,
Okay,
you may
yes,
have required
you are right.
separate.
But for example, the QRadar, the community one edition, which will require maybe around 16 GB RAM or maybe 32, I'm not sure. But is it enough to if we have only the 16 GB RAM device?
Minimum configuration, you can go for minimum configuration. It depends on SIM tool that you are going with. So community edition, you can use it, right? Not all the, like Splunk you have, you can install it. Only Splunk Enterprise trial version. That you can install in a 4 GB laptop also. So it depends on what SIM you are deploying. You can go through the support document to check the hardware requirement. Okay. Next. Syed Asif.
Yes, sir. Sir, my name is Syed Asif.
Yes,
I want to discuss and need a guidance from you. I have just completed my graduation in Information Technology branch in the year 2024.
Okay.
It's been 10 months, but I was not able to get any IT job due to lack of skills, I can say, and not have a proper roadmap to crack any IT job.
Okay.
But in the last week, there was a walking at Wipro company. I am the local resident of Hyderabad.
Okay.
So I went there, and the job is risk and fraud, non-technical job. So there was a need because my financial condition is not good. I lost my father just 2 months before as well, and I am the elder son of my family.
Okay.
So I
Sad to hear that.
changed my plan and I opted for non-technical job right now in order to start earning.
Okay.
So tomorrow there is for me the first day is at Wipro.
Okay.
Okay. So right now I want a small help from you. Is that how can this my non-technical job, that is risk and fraud role, can help me to move on in cyber IT role? And how can I move from this role into the cyber security?
Okay.
How much time and what skills are needed for me to learn to switch into IT, into cyber security specifically?
See, for anybody who want to start their career in cybersecurity or want to transform, means switch their career into cybersecurity. As I mentioned, this training completely hands-on, real-time training. What people of 3 or 4 years are doing, at least that level we are going to cover practically, and you will do the hands-on level one. Means you can easily justify your experience. Even you do not have experience, but if you want to justify, you can justify your experience that you are working on the company and doing so and so activity. Since this video will be uploaded on the public forum, hence I'm not going on that way. But what I'm saying is, whatever designation you will have, right, you'll be able to justify the cybersecurity experience, SOC experience. Minimum 3 years experience you can easily justify. Are you getting a point? If your designation is matching, right, matching is not like non-technical designation like process executive or HR or something like that, right, experience, you will be able to justify under same designation, you'll be able to justify SOC experience. That level we cover it here. Because completely hands-on, what exactly, how you start your day, what exactly you do on a day-to-day basis, right? What kind of issues you face in the company, what troubleshooting you do, each and every activity we cover it here. What exactly people are doing in the SOC. So in that case, you should be able to apply. That is how people are doing. People who are working for preparing government job, right? They're able to apply as an experience. They're able to justify experience, even without having any experience. So that is how we have designed this training as a core technical in-depth training. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Since it's a public forum, so I limit myself. You understand my feeling, my meaning,
sir.
what I'm saying. Okay. Thank you, Asif. Next is Rohit.
So I need to start from SOC if I want to move to IT,
Right.
specifically cyber.
Start from SOC, and SOC is having the better career.
Okay. And one more thing I want to know that what is CCNA? Means before doing SOC, should I need to do
Not required
CCNA?
CCNA, not required. You can cover our 9-day session, which are self-paced. I may share the link in the group for free. You can start covering that. Even before joining our SOC batch, we ask people to cover that. At least some foundation.
9-day session.
No need to do the CCNA and all. CCNA is not required.
Okay.
Because nobody is going to work on the router and switches. We just need basic knowledge of networking. That's it. Okay.
Okay.
Next is Rohit.
9-day session is enough for the networking.
Yes. Network and security.
After that, I need to move to SOC.
SOC, right.
Okay. And a small, tiny last question, sir. Sorry to say. Sir, I just before you told me some words that you need to justify your present job with the this cyber. So I need to tell the I don't need to tell
that I will tell you. You can check our counselor, so they may help you with that.
Okay. Thank you, sir, very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next is Rohit.
Yeah, hi sir. So at present, I'm a software developer with 3 years of experience.
Okay.
In the banking domain. So in the banking domain, at the time of development, requirement will be given by my client. So depending on that, we'll develop the same. So in security in security perspective, so we work with any SIEM tool, either it can be Splunk or any IBM MQ. So we will be writing the correlation rules.
Correct.
So requirement also will be given by the client, or we will be writing our own the correlation
So,
rules.
right, of course. What happens is, being a SOC people, part of cybersecurity team, requirement initial during the project, during the project time, we will have a discussion based on these devices. We can, because we are the experienced people, right? We're expert people. Okay, you have these type of devices. Based on these type of devices, we can write these certain correlation rule. Let's say for 35 correlation rule, right? Once the tool has been operationalized, based on the new threats and all, we'll do the analysis, and we'll check and we'll suggest more correlation rule.
Okay.
For a different kind of attack. We'll suggest, recommend, the client will review and they will approve, they will implement.
Okay. Okay. Then for my domain change, only Splunk is fine, right?
SOC, go for SOC.
SOC, okay. I mean,
There
in
will
SOC
cover
and
EDR
a SIM
also.
tool only.
Okay. Splunk is number one in the market,
Okay,
right?
okay.
It is now with Cisco. Cisco is already giant in the network security, so now in cybersecurity as well, number one in the market.
But some companies might expect basics of IBM QRadar also.
You can see some company, of course. See, if you, for example, if you want to buy a car, some people have Mercedes or some people have BMW also. Some people have Maruti Alto also. So there are various vendors. Of course, you
Yeah,
can, everybody is buying BMW or everybody is buying Alto. What I'm
Okay.
saying is Splunk is leader in the market. Maximum
Okay.
deployment you will see in the Splunk. So if you learning a Splunk means you will be more, you're getting better growth and more opportunity you may have in the market. And that is the reason we have added Splunk only in SOC. We have QRadar training also. We have Micro Sentinel also. All three, top three.
Okay.
But purposely we have added Splunk because SOC people mostly join because of for the job.
Okay. And demand is also more compared
Demand,
to
of
other.
course. That is the reason we have added Splunk specifically on the SOC.
Okay, just
All
last
three
one
tools are
question.
lead in the market. Number one. That is how we added in the SOC.
Yes.
Yes.
And just last one question. So we have different SIM tools, right? So what is the difference between all these?
Nothing.
I mean, we
What
have
difference you have in
Splunk,
BMW,
QRadar,
Mercedes,
RC.
and BMW, Mercedes, and this one Maruti Alto, right?
So less or more features.
Basic
That's
work,
all.
basic work remains same.
Okay.
Basic work remains some features are good in some features are not good in some, better in some, cost wise, right? Customization, customer support. These are the different things. Otherwise, basic feature remains same. What exactly remains same? Bring you from source to destination. 4 wheels. You can see 4 wheels Maruti Alto cost 6 lakhs Indian rupees. Mercedes may cost 60-70 lakhs minimum, right?
Yeah.
But basic work remains same. Why we are buying Mercedes then?
Yeah, yes.
Understand? Similarly, there are freeware tool also available, same tool. Freeware also available. You don't need to pay anything.
Yeah, yes.
Some tool like Splunk, you have to pay crores of rupees. But still people are going with this Splunk. Why they are going? Because of this reason. Why people are being BMW Mercedes, right? Same reason here also.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, sir.
Next is Suleiman. Suleiman. Yes.
Yeah, my name is Engineer M.S. Lemam from Kano State, Nigeria. Sir, I'm really appreciate being here, and I learned a lot. So mine is not just a question; it's just appreciation, and I would like to partner with your organization, especially in terms of SOC analyst. In terms of SOC analyst means we want to at least train our people here in Nigeria, especially from the northern part of the country, to be SOC analysts in order to take care and monitor all the activities going on, especially in the government and the other organizational sectors.
Okay.
So we have a large community of cybersecurity here in the northern part of the country, which we call Ariwa Cyber Squad. It's just a community where we teach people, mentor, and make awareness to the public, at least to know the danger of all these emerging tech and other things. So we used to do all the activities in Hausa, in the local language, where people in the local community can understand it better. So, sir, if it's not a problem, we want to partner with your organization, especially in terms of awareness and whatever, so that we can at least bring more people and onboard more people to cybersecurity.
Okay. Okay,
Thank you,
fine.
sir.
You share your
We
detail,
really
share the
appreciate
form,
that.
you mention your detail. Our team will reach out to you and we'll understand your requirement and how we can proceed with that. Thank you, Suleiman.
Okay, sir.
Next we have
Thank you,
Prem.
sir.
Hi, Saurabh. Good evening.
Good evening.
It means it's not related to the master class actually. It means I wanted to ask a doubt regarding the post which you have been posted in this last Sunday. Yeah, as you have posted 25 years of journey for some discount or some code. You told that you will be posting once after following in Insta and YouTube. Yeah, but
I have not told, my team has told.
Okay. But I have waited literally, but I haven't got any. It means any code regarding to that. I have done each and everything.
You should message on SIEM XPERT page, right?
I already done.
See, thousands of people have done it already, and they have got the code also.
Yeah. I was one of them, sir.
Thousands of people have
Sir.
done it. They got the code also.
Okay, it means I have done each and everything. I have
You have
followed. I
done,
have
but you have to message SIEM XPERT message. So this course was actually the foundation course that I was talking about, that you guys may get the access by following certain process. So the same course he's talking about that we have posted on the LinkedIn. So if you message, you will get the code. You have to message.
Okay, in SIEM XPERT, I have to do
Message, right? It was written, right? Personal message after following the process. You have to DM on the SIEM XPERT message.
Okay.
LinkedIn only.
SOC foundation
Okay.
code is that, no,
Right.
sir?
Next.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.
Before starting SOC foundation course, we need to do that 9 session.
Oh, those are actually 9 sessions I'm talking about. That's the part of SOC Foundation.
Okay. Networking.
Right. Networking
You were
security.
told.
Right.
Networking security.
That is the SOC Foundation course, right? The name itself is SOC Foundation course.
Yeah. So
Those
in that
sessions.
only networking concepts will be covered. After that,
Right.
I need to do the SOC.
Correct. Next is Ankit. Ankit, go ahead. Ankit, I think your mic problem. Okay, guys, so anybody else? Any question? Shall we go on to the day? My team will share you the form, Google form. So you can fill your name, number, and if you have any query, if anybody want to join the session, so you can share your detail. My team will contact you tomorrow.
Hello, sir. Am I?
Yes.
Weekday and weekend price are same, sir?
Same
Training price?
content, same training, same duration, same number of hours.
Okay,
No
okay.
difference.
Hello, sir.
Same number of
Hello.
hours. Here in the training, the commitment is the quality of training. We have 100 of people joining the same batch. You won't see anywhere in India. The quality of training is our commitment. Skill development is our commitment, and world-class lab access, kind of real time. That's our commitment. We do not give any fake commitment. Whatever we or our counselor said, course advisor, 100% our commitment. That's how people are joining. We have 100 of people in a single batch. You won't see anywhere in India because of the quality of training and because what we commit that we deliver. Okay, guys. So shall we wind up? Any query? If any query, you can still fill up the form. Our course advisor will reach out to you so you can discuss with them. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye. Thank you for joining.
Thank you
sir.
very much,
Thank
sir,
you.
for this much of informative guidance.
Hope the session was informative and you learn something
Class.
out of it.
Yeah, I got a nice startup roadmap from this session. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.